From the Warrior's Journal. It was that day when I embraced the might of holy diving. If I could pick one spot where to put Holy Diver in this game, this would be it. This or the Great Chinese Wall. The intro feels like a hike. Instead, we got Prince of fucking Darkness coming in hot with that one song that is leading cause of Brütal Legend vids getting muted on YouTube. Okay, so here's the deal. The boss drives. If you blow up the barricade before boss reaches it, you save time. The timing window is doable. You can easily do it fast. Too fast, even. To make it in time, use a face melter on the emo kids. My setup is to place the tiger in the spotlight, have it rushing at them, and wait. Take your time. Let them appear and get in range. I noticed that you can use the dialogue as a reference. Don't be precise. Little later is also good in this case. This is obviously just an example. Whatever you do, you need to incinerate them all. As you leave, make sure there is no leftovers, or else mission ends. Look for anyone who is running. Those who stand still are currently admiring their face dripping into the ground. You can actually be too fast. If you hear this line...
I'm just kidding.
Before hearing this line...
How much further my ass is getting soaked?
Wait. Or else mission ends. And give yourself a little pat on the back while we're at it. Getting here so fast is quite commendable. As you go, make sure to lick those two panthers with flames. They will chase you. They will catch up at the barricade. Get under the branch to dodge the sniper. If you feel like it, jump the hurdle without hard landing. Like this. This is a soft cutscene, you know what to do. Two fiery licks kills panthers. You gave them one on the way here. Give them a second one and rush to Thunderhawk. You took in a lot of heat. If you have secret Zeppelin attack on your side, forget all this shit. Do this instead. It doesn't save time, but it looks awesome. And although it's not Proshkovaty Letadlo, I'm convinced that it does murder Yojin's Bajin. Trivia time! Long ago, runners had no plan for keeping the fire tiger alive. They would just rush on the wings of prayer hoping that the tiger doesn't die. And sometimes it would die. On gentle! Smarter ones would reload the checkpoint and get health refill and despawn all this shit. Since I play on Brütal, I was forced to come up with a plan. And I did. Out of all people, I probably should be the one to utilize that checkpoint thing. But I won't. It's a matter of pride to me. That being said, the way I deal with those panthers is part of the plan. All those years ago I was convinced that preventing them from shooting was key to survival. It was, but it was more important to listen to the Killmaster jamming. His heals on this trip are much stronger than usual. That being said, be aware that this way might not be the most optimal one. I invite you to do a homework. Find something faster if you can. I'm gonna stick to this one because, you know, superstitious sentimental attachment. If you want more serpents to get that 10% bonus max HP, you find a handful on this path. Reminder that you need 10 in total. Not very useful to me, since whenever I get hit I either never die or get wrecked anyways. Another trivia. All those emo kids you passed on the way? They catch up eventually. Brutal victory! Dry Ice Quarry. First real challenge since pretty much beginning of the game. Do you know how I got better at Brutal Magic Justice? Just by improvising through this mission. Aside from couple fixed points, I didn't really have any plan. Just raw fundamentals. Never stop killing, never stop recruiting guys. There are some improvements regarding this mission that popped out in the meantime, but they still rely on improvising and reacting to the situation. So the opening is scripted. Recruit headbangers, summon flag, have Lita follow you, go forward, plant the flag. Now pay attention. If you don't have shock bomb, you fight the emo queen. While you're at it, say fuck yourself to emo queen. I guess it's time for Avatar Duels 101. The avatars controlled by the computer just keep using heavy attacks. Learn to identify them and roll to the side. Or just walk out of the way. They also use earth shakers, but there's nothing you can do about it. Emo Queen's earth shakers comes out the fastest. Emo Queen's attacks are sluggish, but they cause enough hit stun to get the job done. But not enough for you to get hit with entire combo. Between second and third hit, there is enough space for you to block. This is true for all three avatars. Jabrinski suffers from it the most. You can block the third hit and do something before they land the fourth. For instance, fly away. But in case of computer opponent, blocking the fourth hit as well is a safe thing to do. They never follow it up. And that's it for now. For murdering Emo Queen, it's enough to just chop, chop and dodge heavy attacks to the side. But a word of warning. In multiplayer, even against computer, heavy swings are not so easy to dodge. They auto-aim for the entire wind-up. You have to dodge it at the very last moment. Back to the subject. You fend her off, you run around and kite the emo kids. Wait until the waifu starts descending and melt faces. Then you would improvise. One thing to watch out for is this. This is silence. Blocks your guitar. If she uses it, the only way to avoid it before it connects is to fly out of range. And apparently get in your car. But if it happens as soon as you arrive, give her axe. She will eat it all and then fly away. The silence wears off by the time you need it.
You don't know anything, including how to fight apparently. You can't kill me.
If you have the shock bomb, look for an opportunity to hit the stage with it. Grabber makes it much easier. Like I mentioned in earlier episode, she basically flushes down the drain 200 fans if you hit. Then wait for the waifu, mend faces and improvise. In this case, if you hear the silence and you see that you won't hit the shock bomb in time, do plan A. Go after the queen. Set fire while you can if you have the fire cord. Now about improvisation. Recruit one more squad of bangers and then just girls. Only 6 squads of bangers fit at the stage. I used to get Thunderhawk to keep my guys alive, but since I embraced the full potential of Bloodbath, I kill their shit way before they can hit my guys. Summon car and murder shit as it comes. Make sure that your dude demolish the stage at all times and don't waste any time on fighting the enemy. Use individual orders on incoming backup. Or, if you just press the move command, make sure the arriving guys are close enough, otherwise your army drops the work and regroups. Next thing. This one is the highest priority. Keep murdering the emo queen. Don't let her double team with the stage. Whenever she flies away, or you fail as she is on stage, use battle cry. Here is something to make you think. Keeping focus on the emo queen and then army and never using battle cry yields approximately same result as letting her do whatever, focusing on battle cry and her army. The trick here is to combine these two. Pretty difficult, not gonna lie. And one note, on lower difficulties she naturally has more fans to repair the stage. Even bigger setback once she does. On Brütal it is never the case. But that's not exactly the evidence of Brütal being faster than Gentle in this mission. If you have secret Zeppelin attack on you, you know what to do. At some point, we need to unlock Light of Dawn. It used to be somewhere at the beginning of the mission. This step is now moved to the end. Look at the stage. This row of spotlights, this is stage's health bar. When there is 3 or 2 spotlights remaining, it's go time. As long as you touch the tab slab before brutal victory, you're good. You might struggle with flying up this hill. The flying has many quirks, but in this situation one is relevant. You press fly button, you slowly ascend until you gain the default height. If you try to fly up the hill during this takeoff, you will still ascend slowly until you gain default height relative to what's directly beneath you. Once you ascend naturally and have the default height, then you fly up this hill like it's nothing. There is one thing I should have mentioned earlier. Have you ever noticed during Doom's Dawn that sometimes red guys gain that I'm hit loop? The multiplayer veterans figured it out way before. Basically, set them on fire, run them over, you get this. Fire barons are known to cause this naturally, especially against the Whigs. In Red God's case, the tear cannon gets them out of it. The Whigs are more fragile and any hit stun gets them out of it. I'm mentioning this because you can cause this manually to your advantage. Shoot the cannon at the Whig and run it over after it connects. It won't shoot for a while.
Cars are so tedious. Speaking of Jack, let's.
Oh wait, what if no DLC? Similar. After initial 5 banger squads, get a Thunderheart. This helps you keep the boys alive and opens a possibility to stun, let's say, 2 squads of emo kids and, let's say, do a super shaker combo when face melter is on cooldown. Kinda like most face melters, but not really. You know, campfire is too weak to keep up with all the shit that keeps coming. Alright, driving time. But in the meantime, contemplate on why do they make one full lap around the quarry instead of just heading for the exit. I mean, what the fuck? They thought I wouldn't notice? Who are they taking me for? Drive. Right now, watch out. On this path, look behind you and make sure no one's following you. Any survivors will wreck the bus in the next segment when you are busy and the mission fails. It happened to me like twice ever? Up next, fight. Lately I realized that jumping the car and not giving the attack command gives better result. Use the tear cannon like I taught you.
In the future, this is referred to as getting served.
Sea of black tears. It is made of tears of crybabies who aren't intelligent enough to comprehend or appreciate the strategic element of brutal legend, or got wrecked or brutal difficulty. I recall that 6 years ago I tried to find the fastest opening possible. I remember trying pretty hard and this is the best I had. I think we can trust myself from then, right? Alright, I'm confident in the opening, but the opening is one thing. Legacy strategy was not consistent, it had a major randomness in it, the final skirmish. But first things first. Open with one squad of girls. This is one change in legacy strategy. Bangers need more time to repair the leeches, so the setup phase is slightly longer. But they did better job with going after the tree back. The counterintuitive part of this opening is letting the enemy repair one of the leeches for you. Battlecry in this place seems to have little to no effect, but I have nothing else to do. Here, kite them so they don't aggro on the girls. Then, when you return to them, don't play face melter too close to the geyser or else you miss. Delay it a little to make sure they all gather around. If at any point something goes wrong, refer to the core gimmick of the mission. Before you destroy the 2 towers, they send battalions of enemies, one at a time. The composition depends on your current tech level. My idea is to delay the initial battalion, then delay the first mega stage upgrade. The timing window for that is generous. I use one double team as a reference. I get emo kids, wigs, a waifu, and no rat guts yet. Then I incinerate everyone but waifu. She stays alive, preventing more battalions from arriving. If we missed too much emo kids from the initial battalion, well, you could keep one of them alive to prevent more battalions from arriving. Alright, now what? You have some time for yourself. You could go and harass them with your car, but there is a problem. Yes, it does damage and all, but when you go in, they change positions. They align the formation depending on how you approach them or when they kill you. Only the treeback and the electric chair dudes can withstand Rock Crusher's double team, so focus on softening them up, especially treeback, which is, by the way, their level 4 infantry. It's not a boss or some abstract shit beyond imagination. Harassing them makes the final fight random. You can get around it with proper decision making, but still. Well, up to you. Don't overstay your welcome. As you start level 4 upgrade, be on your way back. Next battalion is en route. If you choose not to harass them, go and practice holy diving. So, what's the deal here? I used to have problems where the wife would get killed by the Crusher. It became much more frequent in modern days and I am unable to explain it. So I started stalling here. Wait until I have 432 fans and do this. That's basically still stalling while I pay attention to buy the Crusher. Then I get to carefully drive around the wife. Next thing, what's the deal with picking up the flag like this? You see? It's annoying to deal with the Crusher's rapid turning as it tries to find a way. I wait until it is rallied to the flag. When it has purpose like this, I just wait until it makes up its mind where to go. That's just the thing I do. Don't do it if you don't like it. If the Rock Crusher murders the waifu or all the other remaining survivors, brace yourself for additional battalion. This one will have Reapers. Yup, bad news. It would come in your weakest, as you attack the first tower and Rock Crusher is on cooldown. Wait for them before destroying any of the towers, or back off if it's too late. Either way, it's time to deal with this battalion. Aim like this, further than you would want. Then, pay attention. If you missed and Red Guts survive, run them over. Otherwise, try to ring out the balloon. Or slowly grind it. Blade Hedge Assault has 15 seconds cooldown. Use them to damage the balloon with the grinder. Watch out, you can ring out your own guys as well, while you go in reverse especially. Make sure the balloon is popped before you raise second tower. During cooldown you can totally get off and melt faces. Once you destroy both towers, battalions no longer spawn. Emo Queen appears and starts, you know, doing something productive, including but not limited to double teaming with the balloon, double teaming with the treeback, stealing Rock Crusher with a wig, you know, fun stuff. Let's talk about your army composition. There are two ways you can handle it, fight or bypass. Fighting them is a safe strategy. You recruit 2 Giant Fist Warriors, Fire Taiga, Fire Barons, Head Splitter. What's the deal behind this? You see, footmen go first. There's only so much you can get. Additional squads just won't make it in time for battle. After 2 bouncers, you may get 1 more squad of bangers. They will charge at the treeback. Fire Targar is good at burning the treeback. Then, there are Fire Barons. If it weren't for them, the Rock Crusher would be the only vehicle around. It attracts ranged warriors, the lightning rods, and, you guessed it, the treeback. Then, we have a head splitter. It arrives late to the party. It is not necessary. But it opens an opportunity for 6 saves. Or just shoot the stage once you have cleared the way. This is the general idea. Once tower falls, you command all your guys forward. You fly forth to grab the attention of the tree. You fly back, use Light of Dawn, and double team with the Crusher. What is supposed to happen is that the treeback attacks on its own and gets focused by your guys. Wait till the tree catches fire and grind. Drive slowly. If you see the opportunity for the sword of Holy Magic King's Justice, go for it. Your priority list is this: everything, then the tree back and both lightning rods, and then both lightning rods. If you hit a single lightning rod, you still get the chance to grind the second one. Once you vanquish the tree and most of their warriors, command everyone at the stage. Run over something on the way if you can. Destroy. You may ignore their balloon. The bypassing strategy has high chance of failing, but imagine the potential. You recruit roadies, headbangers, fire tiger, fire barons, and then upgrade your bangers. Because why not? So, again, you fly forth to aggro, then send your army forward, light of dawn, and as the fight breaks out, individual order roadies to attack the stage. Then you try to bypass everything with the crusher. If done right, the crusher and roadies are at the stage while the enemy is stuck fighting the rest of your guys. The irony is that the roadie build gives better results if you apply the fighting tactic to it. I can imagine that this segment is unpleasant to practice. It takes 5 minutes before anything happens. I'm gonna roll a couple of clips now while I talk about them so you get the idea what can happen and what to do. In this attempt, my battalion is initial girls, roadies, tiger, barons. I harass the enemy prior to the engagement. This is bypassing attempt. I place the defend command. I want them to form the front line, but it's too far from the enemy. You want the fight to break out closer to the ramp. I managed to isolate the tree and one of the rods. I send my guys forth and my roadies at the stage. Here you can see Fire Baron taking a hit for me. But the enemy is spread out too much. I run over the second one. You can destroy it with just grinder before you touch the stage. But their infantry, being too far from the engagement behind me, shoots at my demo squad. This attempt failed in the end. Second attempt with same strategy. Again, the defend command is too far from them. I should have used the move command to get them closer to the ramp. Here, I realized that I don't have to wait the entire time. With front line towards the enemy, I command them closer, but not too close so that we don't walk past the enemy. This is a big opportunity and big decision to make. Both rods as well as plenty of infantry. It asks for holy magic swords so loudly. But they are close enough to the rest of your guys to get potentially distracted from you, the demo squad. In such situation, it is better to smite them with the sword. But I decided to go all out at the stage. Here, I noticed that I won't grind the second rod in time. I tried to smite both the rod and stage with the sword. I missed. Here you can see that the crusher also shoots mortars. They could have fired at the rod, but the Emo Queen tanked it. The crusher blows up, but the roadies have the opportunity to win. I would say that going all out didn't pay off. If I used the sword on that bunched up army earlier, it would be a setback, but as you can see, I'm using at least as much time. Fortunately, the head splitter arrived late to the party and shoots at the stage, as well as stands between the roadies and the enemy. This attempt was a success, but not satisfying. In this attempt, I went with the fighting build and harassed the enemy prior. Since my battalion is suited for fighting, I am fearless with sending my guys forward. I also was experimenting with manipulations to get everything with the sword of Holy Magic King's Justice, so I didn't fly over them to isolate the tree. Here you see me hanging in the back so that the front line takes in the first shots. Then I accelerated because I wanted to push the tree back into the rest of the enemy. It paid off, but I mismanaged my army. I pushed my guys forward in the process and they ran backwards to maintain the formation. I should have sent my guys forward with the attack command. I was far enough so I could do it. If I was closer, the attack command would highlight the stage and that would make my guys ignore the enemy. That's not what I want with fighting squad. Then I grind the tree and the crusher's mortars would finish it off. Another attempt with the roadie build. I harassed them before, so the tree is wounded. This is the same experiment, so I didn't fly to attract the tree. Here I send them forward so that they form a formation, but not too far so that nobody aggroes. I didn't want anything to start without me. Now that I'm ready, I give the attack command. Here I realized that I need more frontmen in this build, and later I introduced one squad of bangers to the bypass build. Here you can see the fire tiger running towards the enemy. This is thanks to the attack command. Again, I managed to hit everything with holy magic sword. Shame that the fire target didn't make it into the circle. I grinded the remainder of enemies. The tree backed slipped. My guys are on the attack command in this area. I knew that my guys would take care of the tree for me, and they did. Once it fell over, I ordered then my guys to hit the stage. As you can see, the roadies got stuck by something. Because of the attack command, they were attacking the merge booth. I should have given them individual orders. This is yet another example of the fighting build. I did not harass the enemy prior to this engagement. I should have given the attack command here. I think this attempt activated memories from 6 years ago which prevented me from aggressive approach. But still, I had my guns advance slightly. Here, the tree slipped from the grinder, so I decided to back out and adjust the grinder. I noticed that the enemy is too spread out, but soon they joined the fight, and I noticed the opportunity for the holy magic sword. Look at how wide this shit is. Then, as the tree fell, I noticed that there is nothing to stop me. I can run over these things, they are burning, so I sent my guys forward. This is the attempt where I added headbangers to the roadie build. There was no prior harassment. Move command is in the right place, and I'm baiting the tree.
I don't like the looks of that tree. For one thing,
In this attempt, I applied fighting tactic to bypassing build, hence the attack command.
it's called murder. Eviscerate!
I see that I can smite everything except tree. I go for it. I don't fear the tree. All my guys upgraded headbangers, the crusher's mortar, the tree cannot hold. I noticed that I missed some of the infantry, but I don't consider them a threat. I finish off the lightning rods while my guys finish off the tree. I check to see if they killed it already, and I set them at the stage. Now, same thing, but this time I will apply the bypassing tactic. This time the fight breaks out sooner. It might be because I play Light of Dawn closer to the ramp, so the tree is more eager to follow me. Don't play it too close or else you will be attacked and possibly killed.
It's called murder.
Here you can see good opportunity for the holy magic sword. That would be a mistake. With the crusher going so fast and while on the ramp, the crusher would be standing on top of Stonehenge. Then the rods would shoot at the crusher, while normally Stonehenge would protect you from it. Besides, they are far enough from the stage and they wouldn't follow you. So I charged forward. Here you can see me go too fast and lightning rods slipped out of the grinder. But I decided to commit to the stage. Fortunately, this rod was not enough to stop me. But according to timer, it was a pretty solid attempt. Now that I rewatched this video, I noticed that fire barons follow me. This might be a deciding factor. Now I will roll out some old footage from the archives and I will tell you what I would do differently nowadays. This is the footage of my personal best as of now. You can tell by the speedrunning bullshit this video is infested with. Back then, the build order was bouncer, bouncer, tiger, tiger, head splitter. The defend command is too far from the enemy. I should have sent them forward, especially since I have fighting squad. As of then, I had an issue where the tiger would not attack the tree. I think that's because of the defend command. That is the reason for second tiger. It would come later and would be on follow command, thus having different AI. Not even that was guaranteed. Either way, we deleted the tree. I got lucky to have them grouped like that. That is only a result of prayers. As you can see, the fight broke out even before the ramp. That's too far from the stage. Well, at least that was so far that the enemy couldn't stop it anymore. Ah yes, just remember, don't grind the stage like this. More to the side. Middle of stage is reserved for your guys only. Let's look at the next example. This is the 122-13 run. Carrying the burden of massive green splits behind me, I decided to play it exceptionally safe. It was not by any means safe, but I had no idea back then. You can already see the same mistake at the start. Too far from the enemy. I decided to delay the light of dawn to get the most of it. Again, the tiger went after the wrong thing. There was no way to fix that. I decided to grind the tree. That is a good call, given this situation. Then I saw the rod and aimed the holy magic sword. And this is a big mistake. Do not run away like this. You cannot outrun the ravens. You're gonna die like a little bitch running away. For my defense, I can say that I was panicking. Burden of splits, remember? What saved me is the grind at the beginning and damage it dealt. Then my guys saved my sorry ass, but I was too terrified to proceed. I decided to outrange the lightning rod with the holy magic sword. And the rest is history. So, about the tree, you need to grind it. It is scared of you more than you are of it. I mean it. As you know, Reapers double team and the grinder terrifies infantry, forcing them to escape. Infantry. All of it. Including mighty Hextodon. Don't believe me? Go and rewatch the footage I presented. Notice how the ravens get recalled to the tree as it escapes from the grinder. Yes, a recall. The grinder makes the tree run away, as well as prevents it from attacking. I mean, this game doesn't surprise me anymore. Alright, let's roll the last one. This is the historical 126 run. Legacy strategy in all its heavenly glory. Okay, attack command. Good start. Okay, stay back. Don't go ahead of the front line. Notice the ravens going after the fire barons. Ah, not optimal. Nowadays I would push it with a grinder until I get the opportunity to hit everything with holy magic sword. I remember what was going in my head right then. That tree never died so fast before. This might have been the first time when fire barons hit the tree. I hesitated. Back then I would go at the stage once the tree falls, which used to happen no earlier than after the second holy magic sword. I decided to stick to the plan, play it safe, so I can finally have a completed recorded run. I think I could have just grind the last remaining rod and let my guys freelance for a while, or even set them at the stage as well, especially considering that the crusher is intact. This is why you avoid grinding the central part of stage. Your guys get stuck. Same goes for the Stonehenge. Aim it deeply into stage. So, some time ago I promised savage strategy for this mission. If you have secret Zeppelin attack, then buckle up. Recruit, plant flag, go, land here, shred, go around the long way, sneak, shred silently. All the fans are belong to you. They have no chance to survive, make their time. And this is a death warp. Don't know if it's faster. It's legit though. This opening is pretty tight, with barely any room for mistakes. If you are too slow, delete the initial emo kits before you claim this geyser. And start upgrading the stage sooner. Your fan base grows quicker. Now you have a little break. Place the flag here and wait at the 5th merge booth. Next battalion will destroy it. Rebuild it. But pay attention and keep spending fans while you do it. Then, when it's time to move out, your build order is this. Roadies, roadies, taiga, barons. When the towers fall, command all your guys at the stage and summon Light of Dawn. Then another Zeppelin. It needs to damage the stage. Then don't care about anything. Just run forward with all the might of your legs. They don't have enough firepower to stop all this shit.
For one thing, it's moving, and it's got clues in it. The whole block.
Brutal victory! Good moment to end the episode, isn't it? No, it's not.